Absolutely
Yes,
fine.
people, welcome to Daily Propaganda, man. And I'm joined by a couple of brothers. Nano, chat to me, what you saying?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. We're good to be back on Propaganda Machine, and you know how it is. We're keeping it live and real right here.
Yeah, come on. And we got a special guest. Arteta's lawyer himself is in the building, man. Hey, hey,
Yeah,
chat to me,
man.
what you saying, bro? You good?
Come on, bro. I'm good. Pick up the propaganda every time. They wanted
Um,
me in May. I said I'll be here in May. I'm here in May.
yeah,
Um,
man. Obviously, make sure you're here either tomorrow or Friday, car. That's when we're doing the proper Arsenal season
yeah,
review,
man. There's no ducking. There's no ducking it.
man. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But another sad day for Arsenal. It is another sad, sad day. Not only was it bad enough that Crystal Palace won their first ever trophy, that weren't enough pain. That weren't enough pain for Arsenal. Tottenham went to go and win the Europa League. They were even in 17th. 17th place team that is garbage won a trophy. We have gone trophyless again. But no, the football gods didn't think that was enough pain for us Arsenal fans. That weren't enough. It weren't good enough that our biggest rivals won a European trophy before we've seen Arsenal win a European trophy. Chelsea have won the Conference League. They've now won it all. Every single European trophy they've collected. And we're just here with our hands out, begging. We're here celebrating women winning the Champions League because the men can't do it. Nano, talk to me about this game. Talk to me about
That's
Chelsea.
what we're seeing, and that's what it is. First of all, congratulations to Chelsea. I remember calling it on our last stream. We were saying, yeah, Betis was going to be, but yeah, I kind of saw them, running through Betis, and they did. Um, it's another bad season. No matter how good we play, we end up having a bad season because of the trophy drought and all. Come on, Arteta's got to do something. This keeps challenging him more and more. This keeps you know asking the question, what's up? What's going on? Like, what is really happening? What are you really doing about this? Are you really doing something about this? Because this is what season 5, season 6, and we're still scampering on getting a trophy. Yes, we can say the conference league. Someone called it the conflicts league. So we can say yeah, it's somehow beneath, but it's still made history for Chelsea today. They've made history no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
They've got a win, they've got a trophy, they've got silverware, and that's what really matters in football. The fans want to see you win. The fans want to see trophies. The fans want to rejoice in the streets and go happy and all. So Arteta owes Arsenal fans that much. So he should really plan what he's going to do about that. So that's where I'm at. And I don't know whether I'm going to say for some, a lot of people, this is like his final season. Like they're going to give him like, if he doesn't do it now, questions will be asked whether he's actually really the man for the job.
Nah, fairs, man. Yo, Della, talk to me
Yeah,
about Chelsea winning this Conference League, man. Talk to me, brother.
yeah,
It's a
man.
small trophy, but still, they've now won it all. They've won everything.
Yeah, man. Another stick to beat Arsenal with, but I guess that's what this season's been about, isn't it? We had to watch Tottenham lift a trophy, as you said. Now we have to watch Chelsea, Palace. But to be honest, congratulations. They should be winning that. That's all I can say. In regards to any sort of jealousy or enviness, nah, I don't really have that towards them right now. But yeah, congratulations. I wouldn't want to be them, but yeah, that's what I've got to say about it. Yeah.
So, Nano, I'll bring it back to you. Did you watch the game? Because there was 1-0
I did.
down.
I did. I did.
Everyone was getting a
Till
bit
like
too
this
giddy
six,
in the group at
yeah,
1-0.
till like the 63rd minute. Remember, I I sort of had this confidence about Chelsea. Yeah, the first half was a little, although I think Betis would have taken the game to them. Betis got the chances in the first half, and I've always had this feeling about football that if you don't really take your chances, you are setting yourself up for disaster. And Betis really played well in the first half. Chelsea were looking dangerous, of course, but I feel Betis should have put the game to bed, if I would say. I think their fans started rejoicing a little too early. It was just the 62nd minute, and they were jumping. I remember someone telling me at where we were watching the game, someone told me um, that once Betis scores a goal, that is very difficult for them to concede goals. And I'm like, man, if they don't bury the game, it was still going to come. And I really saw Chelsea coming back. Like in the second half, like they took the game to Betis, and I saw it. One goal turned to two, two turned to three, and it was wrapped up by the time Caicedo made that last shot. So, yeah, like congratulations to Chelsea. They did well. They played well. I think they deserve the trophy. Uh, Although they shouldn't be anything short of winning it, though. Watching the Conference League from the beginning, like Betis really did put the power, but I don't think they have the overall team play to beat Chelsea and win it over them. So yeah,
Yeah, nah, I hear you, man. But yeah, what's it called? Cole Palmer, 2 assists in the European final, and he's also got a goal in the Euro final. So he's had a kind of like a meaty season for his
okay
standards
season.
from last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, an okay season.
the big moment, he stepped up, bruv. He stepped up once again. Caicedo stepped up. People are saying he's the best DM in the world. Mandela,
Yo,
do you think Caicedo is the best DM in the world right now?
I think especially after winning a trophy after you've been in such a bad way for so long, I expect football fans to make such outrageous statements, but there's nothing to back it up. So my answer is no.
Mm, no, I
There's
hear you,
literally
man.
there's no fact or stat you can throw at me to back up that claim. Very good player, love him. One of them at Arsenal, best in the world. Nah.
Mm,
I,
nah.
I think saying world is a little stretch. Let's look
Yeah.
at the Premier League first of all. Like, is he
But
even the best in the Premier League? And this is no hate. He's doing very well. I like his aggressiveness to the play, both offensively and defensively. But I still think there is a lot he
yeah,
has to learn
yeah,
from. I still think that he still has a lot to put in. I still
yeah,
see him maturing more and
Mm,
giving more.
definitely.
But for now, yeah, but for now, I think it's just the hype of
Yeah,
if they didn't win this league, it would have been another talk. We all know how it is.
yeah. But put it like this: I love Declan Rice. I don't think Declan Rice is the best in the world though.
Me
But I
either.
world class. He's wow. But for me, you always have to give it to people like Rodri, and you can't just one season. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
You need to have that golden ball or a couple trophies to go with him, man. Important trophies. So,
but
but he's on the right trajectory. He's not a bum. 100%. Can say he's not a bum. So
yeah,
let's see. Hopefully he gets there, man. I like the player.
mm, no, he's like in most metrics in the Premier League. I think he's top for most metrics in like interceptions. I think the
Okay.
only one he's not for is tackles. I think that's someone else. Might be McAllister or someone. But
Yeah.
yeah, like he's had a fantastic season, and like when he first came to Chelsea, it was last season, I believe. When he first started, there was all the memes with Caicedo in the Timberland boots, but he seems like he's slowly but surely justifying that price tag. And yeah, man, congratulations to Chelsea. It hurts, but we just gotta be real. We just gotta be honest and say, yeah, he's done a good job. But yeah,
Who's done a good job? Maresca.
Caicedo too.
Caicedo.
yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant the Chelsea manager, which is questionable. But yeah,
Yeah, what do we think about the Chelsea manager too? Like Maresca, like I was watching him, when Chelsea were getting the goals and goal, he felt really proud, At the point Chelsea got, I think it was the third goal, he was already blowing kisses to the fans, like, we've brought this home and all. So do we think yes, we could say he made the fans proud. Of course, any trophy will make any fan proud. So do you think he actually did really well this season? Like, although we did rate their season, or we did the season rating of the clubs on our last stream. I don't know, with this trophy, I think Chelsea would have edged a little bit, higher on that our
I think it would
list.
have got a B. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
have been a B, to be fair. Yeah, man. It's very sad, but what can we do? We can't do nothing, man.
can't do
Yeah,
nothing.
I sent that to you in the chat anyway, Nano. Anyway,
All right. Sure. Let me just.
But yeah, so
It's so
move
bad.
on.
I don't think we'd even win Conference League. That's how bad it is.
Huh?
I don't think we'd win it. That's how bad it is.
Nah.
The way people are going on, I feel like there's it's a deeper issue than it is. But yeah, man, we move.
There does seem like there's a European curse on Arsenal. I don't know what it is. It seems like we're just cursed. Literally,
Man.
Tottenham and Chelsea got a European trophy, and we went out in the semi-final. We didn't even make it to the final. And we're gonna go on to Arsenal more later. We'll go on to actually. You know what? No, we'll go on to Arsenal right now. It's the perfect segue. So forget saving it till the end. We're going on to them now because I don't know if any of you saw the Thierry Henry interview today.
Yeah, we
did.
Yeah, I saw it.
Was cooking Mikel Arteta, saying he's building. It's a very high building, but where's the trophy? Where is the trophy? How long?
Where's the roof? Where's the roof? Where's the roof of your building? Not just building. Are you going to put a roof on it, or are you just keep going to, keep taking it up and all?
So, you guys are both Arteta in. What is your bare minimum expectation? I'm gonna go to you, Mandela, Arteta's lawyer. What is your bare minimum from next season? And I want to hear both of your bare minimum and what the consequences should be if that bare minimum is not reached, or if there should be any consequences.
For me, my bare minimum, as we all know, we put ourselves in a position now we have to win a trophy. So it would be competing for the league, which we didn't do this season, and a trophy, League Cup, FA Cup, whatever. I'm happy with anything. If he doesn't hit it, my stance will always be the same. I don't see a world where I'd want him sacked unless he drops out of top 4 or something crazy like that. I just don't believe. I just don't believe he warrants the sack right now at all.
Okay, I'll challenge that. So, what? So how long do you give him if there's no trophy? So you're saying next season no trophies, fine. So what about the season after? 7 years no trophy.
For me, until the football becomes bad, along with results being bad, I'll never call for his head.
So 10 years, no trophy, you'll be fine. Even longer than Wenger.
That's a bit of a stretch. No, of course that's a little bit of a stretch. I never said 10 years.
I just said 7. You were fine with 7.
No, I'm not fine with it. I'm not.
7.
You see, yeah, there's a difference of being unhappy with your manager and one of them sacked. Arsenal is not a club where I don't know where this thing came from, where we think, yeah, every season, like your job's on the line unless you win. Or maybe I'm being a bit over the top. There's other factors to it, but no, we wasn't like this with Wenger, and I'm not going to be like this with Mikel. That's just my stance on it.
But we weren't with it with Wenger because Wenger won 3 league titles and 7 FA Cups. It weren't until probably he won, I think, 5 FA Cups and 3 leagues. It was only probably his last, 3 seasons that we got after him. So where does this love for Arteta come from? Where does this love for him come from?
It comes from giving me a title race after title race for the first time in 20 years. Making my team relevant again for the first time in 20 years. Making me want to watch Arsenal with knowing, yeah, there's genuinely a chance. Yeah, we haven't won big yet, but he's given us a lot, which a lot of our fans ignore, hope, which is very important. To me, even if the next manager comes in and wins and he gets sacked, you still have to give Mikel his flowers, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, you can give him his flowers, but that doesn't mean that you just keep a manager for ages.
I've never seen a manager get sacked for being second consistently.
I have.
Who? Who's that?
Carlo Ancelotti. I believe he might have even won the FA Cup and finished second, or he won the league double, and then the next season they sacked him for finishing second or third.
Fair enough. I believe that was with Chelsea under a certain guy, so we will know how that.
Ancelotti finished second this year. He got sacked.
Yeah, Madrid. We're not Real Madrid, my brother.
Yeah, but
sad to say, but
the difference is they won and still sacked them. This guy's not won.
Wenger won the FA Cup and we still sacked him. And where did that get us? Unai Emery.
No, but Wenger won the FA Cup and then he took us out of Champions League 2 seasons in a row.
Oh, you guys won the both. You guys won the both of best worlds. Fair enough.
No, but you have to. This is what I'm saying. We're Arsenal. We're not even Tottenham sacked Pochettino for what Arteta's doing. You do know that Tottenham, who we laugh at. If it's not good enough for Tottenham, why is it good enough for Arsenal? Why should we?
Sacked for falling out with Mr. Levy. He got sacked for falling out with Mr. Levy.
No, he got sacked because he was not performing. That's what was happening. I believe they were 5th or something like that. So, or wherever they were, and then he got sacked. But yeah, man, Nano, you've come back. Talk to me. What's your minimum expectations?
I'm about to place the bar a little high, and it's because Arteta has kind of put himself in that fair. He has kind of placed himself in that position. Him saying stuff like the reason he didn't win the league was because of the red cards, or the reason he didn't win this was because of that. So my bare minimum, I think he should win the league, man. He has to win the league now because I was chatting with one of my friends the other day, and we were saying something about Arsenal needs to be in that position where we Arteta is not that big of a club yet to have the kind of excuses he gives for why he doesn't make it past the finish line, right? We still have the problem of injury players. And imagine, okay, if you want to focus on the league, you have to, lose concentration in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cups and maybe the Champions League, or maybe this season where we're focusing on the Champions League and then we just had to forgo the Premier League and the FA Cup. And it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you should compete in every competition you are in. You should be able to compete. You shouldn't be dropping out of competitions because you want to focus on another one. I don't think that's really a big club mentality. I don't think that's a a progressive mindset or a championship mindset. So I think Arsenal should do better, with squad depth and just being clinical, especially on the pitch and getting those points, because I remember us having our 27 league wins. That was last season, and imagine not nicking the trophy even after going on that kind of run. Big ups to Manchester City though for being that good, but for me, it has to be the league. Like, Man City can't win it twice, and you came close, and then Liverpool from nowhere came and won it. And okay, this time you weren't even close. You like really fell off, and you were like just on the surface. I know, not really competing, not really a threat. I know. So you can't have clubs just come under you and win it, because what is he going to do maybe next season? Let me say Chelsea, because they're really looking to beef up their team. Chelsea will come up from nowhere and then win the league, while Arsenal will get second and then maybe Liverpool third. So for me, bare minimum has to be
Fully
the league.
charged battery, fully charged. Unplugged
Bare
charger.
minimum has to be the league for me,
Mm.
at least. And then if he doesn't get it, he better win either the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, because winning the FA Cup isn't going to cut it anymore. Yeah, I think Arteta needs better trophies to define his stay in Arsenal than the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. Like you said, coaches like even
Glasner.
Leverkusen's new coach just
Ten Hag.
he won the Carabao. Yeah, Ten Hag, he won the Carabao and the FA Cup, and he still got sacked. So what are we saying?
Mm. Nah, I hear you. So Martin Zubimendi, he's set for a medical ahead of
Here
his
we go. Here
51
we go.
million pound transfer to Arsenal. Do you guys think that this is the type of signing we need to win the league next season? Do you think he's a difference maker, or do you think that we
We need
need more?
we need a striker. Arsenal actually does have the players if you think about it. We just need a striker to win the league. I was chatting with someone the other day and I told him if Jesus was a fit player for a season, Arsenal would have probably won the league, because we just need someone that is going to be fit and healthy and be there game in, game out whenever we need him. Even if some games that we can now call our other options, or but like if Arsenal had a striker game in, game out, would have won the league. I'm pretty sure about that one. So Zubimendi, yeah, he's an addition to the team, but for me, I don't think that's a priority. I think Arsenal's priority is a striker right now. So them going for Zubimendi, big ups to him. I don't know whether he wants to fully convert Merino to a striker full time. I don't know his plans, but if he's not going for the people on our watch list, I know like what we're really doing. So yeah, I like the signing. Zubi has always been linked to Arsenal even before the season was over, but I was hoping we would. Yeah, I felt he wanted to seal the deal, like at least this one that he has in hand. Let him get in on the team, but strikers, man, we need strikers. So
Hmm.
welcome to be Mendy, but we need a striker.
Della, what are you saying about Zubimendi? You happy we got him?
Obviously, a player of that quality, you always have to be happy. I agree with Nan that we definitely the one that we're looking out for is the striker. But when it comes to Zubimendi, I believe our midfield's not perfect. So if someone's gonna come in and help, and because obviously Jorginho's gone now, we don't know what's happening in the party. It's a great signing, man. I'm happy with Berta with that one.
We're working on the new deal for we're working on the new deal for Thomas Partey.
Yeah, man.
What do you feel about? Oh, okay, sorry. Go on, Ghost.
Yeah, no, I think he was waiting for you. No,
okay. So I was saying, I heard some people online saying something about Partey and them not wanting him. And these are Arsenal fans, so I want to know what the general overview is. What do you think about Partey's contract renewal in Arsenal?
For me, he should stay as long as possible, man. Look how we missed him in the first leg against PSG. I can even name you other seasons when he got injured where we kind of crumbled. So I always got time for Partey, man. I think he's one of the important players in our squad. And not a lot of people can do what he does. I'm not saying he's the best in the world, but for what he does, what he can bring to us, yeah, we don't have any other midfielder that can really do that. And he sort of frees up Declan a bit more, so yeah, that's always nice.
No, I hear you, man. Also, Leipzig have set a £93 million target kind of for Benjamin Šeško. 93 million. That's the price tag they've set. Gyokeres. Apparently, Arsenal's made a £53 million bid for Gyokeres, and we should get him in the next week. That is what I'm hearing. We've offered him a 5-year contract, and also, I believe it is a £12 million. I think it was a £12 million signing on fee. So, if we get Gyokeres, we get Zubimendi.
We're winning the Champions League. We're definitely winning the Champions League.
And say we get Rodrigo, because I'm also hearing there's an 80 million euro release clause.
Come on. We're going to be breezing through clubs we're going to be breezing through clubs with these players, man. Like, we are already holding our fort with the little we have. I'm not calling it little because I know the work Arteta has put in. Really, Arteta needs to. First of all, I want to give shout out to Arteta. I want to say he's been an incredible manager. Actually, I kind of support what Ghost said about him doing what he's doing. Yeah, it took some time, but Arteta has showed that he knows what he's doing, making progression. There is nothing like progression. And that's why I don't believe Arsenal can stay 7 or 10 years without a trophy, because there has always been, it's like each season, even if he's not making it in the league, he's, chasing something somewhere else. And, last season he was in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This season he was in the semi-finals. Who knows, next season we'll get to the finals. And if we get to the finals with this quality of players that he's going for, no way we're not making a trophy next season. So I feel he should, keep his head down on the players he wants. And like with this stats you've made now, if we can nick, okay, we already nicked Zubimendi, if we could get Gyokeres, and if we can get Gyokeres and Rodrigo, I think it's game on for Arsenal.
So Della, say we get Zubimendi, Gyokeres, we get Zubimendi, we look like we're getting him. Say we get Aït-Nouri, left back, a proper left back. We get the backup goalkeeper. And say we get an Eze. Just say we get all of those players.
Yeah.
Would you still make an excuse if he doesn't get over the line with all at his disposal?
Well, no group of players can ever guarantee a trophy. So I wouldn't necessarily make an excuse, but it will be the way we didn't win, why we didn't win, and then after that, I guess the people, the artists like you can come and do your thing. But
I feel that's okay, sorry, but I feel that's a pretty mature thing to say. Truthfully, no group of players can, guarantee a trophy, because if it was about group of players, Madrid would have had the trophy this season,
yeah,
having
yeah,
the quality of players they have in their team. But I think it's been proven that why Arteta hasn't won a trophy aren't really his, bad decisions or policies. It's just because he doesn't really have the right guns in his arsenal. And I think if he can get these signings on, sure, why not? But I don't think what he has already set in place will automatically, work out something for him, definitely, because the quality of players matters eventually.
yeah, man.
Nah, I hear
You know
you,
what?
man.
You want to hear what's it gonna take for us to sack him? That's what you want to hear, Nano.
Nah, bruv.
Um,
Bruv, you're your own person, bruv. Like, you get me? Like, whether you want to keep him or not, whatever in it, bruv. That's how it goes, man. There's nothing I can do.
But guys, as well, another thing, we don't support a sacking club. We need to always remember that we've never been a sacking club, unless obviously you're moving crazy like Unai. Apart from that, nah, you give people chances, man. Especially if you've been a manager for 5 years.
But as Henry said, he put it perfectly. We laugh at Man United. Manchester United have been to 5 finals in 5 years, also winning 2 trophies. In 5 years, Arteta's not been to 1 final. He can't even get to a final. He can't even get us to a final. So we have no chance of winning the trophy if we can't even get to a final. So this is where my issue is with Arteta. Is why can't he get over the line? Like, what is it? What is it gonna take? Should he just, like, that's what I'm saying? Like, is he ever gonna get over the line? Even with these players, I don't believe he's gonna get us over the line. I wish that he could prove me wrong. I'm praying that Arteta can prove me wrong. But at this moment in time, he's just not proven anyone wrong. He's just proven everyone right. Rivals. All rivals want Arsenal to keep Arteta. And that's not a good sign. If I told you now, Pep is leaving Man City this, like, next season, he won't be there. I know you both would be very happy and a lot more confident that Arsenal will win the league. Slot's coming in his first year and won. So I don't buy the stories that
but I don't.
Arteta.
I don't really think rival fans want Arteta to leave. Listening to some of them, I think they actually.
No, they
Um,
want him to stay.
sorry, I don't think they want him to stay. I think they want him to leave. Because some of them have been chatting me on. When are we going to sack Arteta? Aren't we going to drop him? And it's because I think they see what I see in Arteta. I think they know Arteta is bound to get a trophy soon, so they want him to leave so that Arsenal destabilizes again and starts their build-up process from the ground up again. I know. This is going to sound immature, but I know a trophy is imminent for Arsenal if and only if they sign these players that they really need for it. But if he doesn't do that, I don't know. I don't see his usefulness in the club because he should have a trophy by now. So as he doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
To be fair, I think That's enough Arsenal talk, man. I'll be honest.
You got depressing the Arsenal talk, brother.
Bro, you can just see me. I'm just depressing. You lot are depressing me more because the standards for Arsenal are on the floor right now.
Bro, then if
Like,
it's
it's
on the
on
floor
the
now,
floor.
then it's been on the floor since 2009. If that's
No.
how it to be.
Yeah, it has. The standards have been on the floor since, like, we lost the Champions League final to Barcelona in 2006.
Then that's a bigger
Ever
problem
since
than
then.
Mikel.
Yeah, but
And he's helping the problem.
but what you have to understand is people are winning in spite of their owners. Liverpool owners, they're you can say they're horrible owners. The stuff they've done, they didn't even back their new manager this season, and he still went and won the league. So if Arsenal got Antonio Conte, I can guarantee you in 2 seasons, Arsenal will win the league because he's won everywhere he goes. He wins the league.
Not
So,
Tottenham.
because, but Tottenham is Tottenham. He didn't even get the chance. They sacked him in the second season. So it was not like Tottenham, we don't believe they're going to win a league title, do we? He's gone to Napoli. He's won them their 4th title. They've only won 4 league titles. Exactly. So, yeah, man. I don't know anyway, but yeah, man. I'm done with Arsenal. I'm done. But
let's move on to more list on the segment then.
Yes, I know exactly where we're moving on because you can see the smiles brought back to my face. A club in Manchester today, they were parading 15th place in the Premier League. They were parading losing a Europa League to Tottenham. How embarrassing, how shocking that Manchester
it's
United
really
done a parade. But 1 second, I know. That wasn't enough. That they done a parade. They also lost to, I don't know, Malaysian All-Stars or Japanese All-Stars. Somebody, a Manchester United fan, compared these players, the Japanese All-Stars, they compared them to 15th place in League One, and they still managed to beat Manchester United.
That's crazy. And the funny thing is, I was seeing, I didn't watch the game though, but I was seeing, I saw Casemiro on the match. I was thinking Manchester United fielded their last team, or maybe their what would I call them now? Like their under 17 team or something. And I was seeing top players there, and I was like, how did they lose to a team we don't even know? I think it's like an all-stars team, like a mixture of players from different teams in the league. I think it's an all-star team, and I was like, how could they even go that low? But yeah, you were saying something that the standards for Arsenal are on the floor. I think the standards for Manchester United are on the floor actually, because they've gone from a team that used to have
standards on the basement.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've gone from a team that used to be glory, glory, Man United, and now they're just chatting shit about every other club. They're just, they're looking for who to bicker at because they're not really making anything, and I'm like, it's appalling to see. Like, okay, I posted something online today. I said that the Europa Conference League was a better quality final than the Europa League final. And then the Man U fans started coming at me, telling me we didn't even play any finals that were this. And I'm like, where did this come from? You're lot are shit, and you're looking for the next shit team to talk shit about when you're not like, come on. It's their standards are really low, and I feel bad for them. I was truly one of them, and I was telling them the worst part of it is what they used to brag about before being a big. You all don't even have any money anymore, so it's going to be tougher for you a lot next season. And also, um, Manchester United, very bad, very bad. They've been horrible for 3 years now. It's almost questionable how they even get to all those finals that they get to, because I think Bruno Fernandes, having that quality of player, I think he should leave. I told one of my friends that Bruno Fernandes was wasting his better years at Manchester United, because he needs to leave earlier and go to a team that he could play for and, get accolades, win trophies, and, you know, make something up from himself. Manchester United has wasted his time, and I don't see them coming back to top flights like they used to in the next 2, 3 years. It's going to take them time.
Yeah, no, Man United are definitely going through it. Like Ruben Amorim, you see Ruben Amorim, like he's definitely on fraud watch. He's got to be on fraud watch because it's 15th in the league, losing the final to Tottenham. He's gone out. It's not even pre-season yet. It's still posts, like it's just post-season. They just played their last game the other day. So their
That is
players
already
should
dropping
still be
stinkers.
sharp. And they
Yeah,
can't beat a Malaysian all-star team. This is just bad. It's bad,
it's very
bad,
bad.
bad. And a
It's
lot
very
of their
bad.
fans want him gone. They've had enough. They want Amirin out already. So I don't know. This basically signed Cunha. They're linked with Mbuemo. They're linked with the lap. You see if they got those three forwards. Do you think that they could be back? Della, you there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Do you think Manchester United with those three players could be back?
Nah, no way. The reason that you're saying this guy's on fraud watch, I think he's a good manager, by the way. But yeah, the reason you're saying he's on fraud watch is because those group of players. Listen, there's nothing I love more than to get onto Man United, but those group of players, as Gary Neville once said, not them, but uncoachable players. There's nothing you could have Pep on Wenger, on Ancelotti, on they're never gonna do anything. Could they have finished above where they finished? Yes, but I just don't think Amorim connected with that team. I think next season we can actually see what he's about. I think it's too early to. You know what? You can say that. You can say that. I can't say you can't because the facts are there. But I think we should just give him next season, and then I'll be with you calling him a fraud if that's the case. But with these group of players, you need to understand, Man United is going to take more than three guys to make the revival. I'm telling you that now.
Definitely, it's definitely going to take more than these players. Because
1 second.
thinking about it, okay,
No, carry on. Yeah.
yeah, I was like thinking about it. They do have some good names in the team. Having Delete in the team, having Bruno Fernandes in the team, and Amad Diallo is really trying. I see him being really dangerous, especially in the final third of the pitch. Um, but it's going to take just more than that. But I go with Ghost though. I believe we should give Amorim next season to see what he's really about, because I think he got a rush, and then the whole pressure and weight of Manchester United being on him this season, and he was just everywhere trying to make something out of his season. Still a poor performance. Nothing is going to change about that. He still had a poor performance this season. But like I said, let's see how next season goes. He has already made a signing. So let's see how he utilizes the team he gets.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he fails, but I don't think he will. I think he'll maybe get a Conference League position, maybe Europa. But once he gets these players, if he replicates Sporting, he's gonna be a dangerous team, man. Because the Sporting team was good. We got knocked out by them, I remember, and I've seen them play on a couple other occasions. So they definitely wasn't pushovers. But as Blacker said, it's Portugal, so you're meant to win.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that I was saying, yeah. Do you think if Amorim's Sporting team was in the Premier League, do you think they'll still go as far, or do you think they'll still do as good?
They probably wouldn't get top 4, but I think they'll push for top 4 with like Newcastle and Aston Villa and those teams. I think they'll be around there.
Yeah, man. To be fair, yeah, like Man United, they got a lot of work to do, but I don't know why. People think I'm crazy when I say it, yeah. I can see Man United doing like a Forest, fit, challenging for that top 5 position. I don't know why. I don't know why I can see it, but I got like a weird feeling that with one game a week, they might just be able to improve a lot,
I
because
see
then
that too.
Amarin, there's no excuse.
Well, they have to improve. If they get worse, the next step is relegation. So they have to improve.
I see that though. I see that, because them having less games to play, they obviously don't have any excuse not to actually fight for their position back at the big 6, right? But it's not just about the games you get to play. It's about, your impact in the team and how, because some of the other lesser teams still have lesser games to play, but they don't still make it to the top, right? Above, the big 6 that always, qualify for all the competitions and still play and still end up in the big 6. So yeah, it's not just about, having less games to play. Let's see what Amorim has for next season. But I do see him. Manchester United is a big club, and they do have the quality of players. Let's not take that away from them. So I do believe they'll make it to the top table at least. At least, saying 7th, 6th ish, hopefully.
No, can I ask you something?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say Arsenal had sacked Arteta before this season.
Okay.
Would you have been happy with Amarim as his replacement?
Well, seeing his stats from Sporting, football is all about stats and what you have to offer and all. So seeing his stats from no team would be, although he hasn't won the big stuff, but no team won't be happy to see him, especially teams that are looking for a build backup. Everybody will be happy to see Amorim, knowing his pedigree and his potentials, especially with Sporting and what he has done. But Premier League is a different ball game, right?
Yeah.
We've seen successful managers come to the Premier League and struggle. So it's not just about the success and all. After all, when Arteta came, he hadn't really even managed any club at all. He just came from Manchester City's assistants and all. So, and we were happy. We were happy with that. You get, so imagine having someone that now came from a place where he was winning and he had already set up. Of course, I would have been glad to have him if he came then.
Yeah, I agree as well, bruv. I'd have definitely took him, bruv. And I was asked a question.
Mm.
Would I take a manager that's unproven per se to get rid of Arteta, or would I only want a winner? And at first I said no, but then I thought about it and I said, you know what? We've given him 5 years, we've given him a chance. So I'd take a punt on, say, a Glasner. He's won a Europa League at Frankfurt, and now he's won Palace their first ever trophy. So yeah, man, the managers can always make a difference, especially managers with pedigree. So I would have took Amarin, but at this moment,
Nah.
I wouldn't take him now. I wouldn't take him now.
Nah.
Oh, fair
And
enough.
that's football. You see, like football, opinions are fluid. It can change in literally 6
Any-
months.
Mm.
Because Ten Hag, before he went to Man United, was thinking, oh, this Ten Hag guy, he's doing bits at Ajax. He goes to Man
But
United.
but but
And
another thing, right?
his reputation's in the
Are
mud.
we neglecting the fact that Manchester United might be the problem, not actually the coaches?
They might be. But at the same time, is it just a graveyard? Do you go Manchester United and die? Van Gaal went there and then he went to Holland. I don't know. He might have won the Nations League. I don't know if it was him. Mourinho left. He won the conference. He got Tottenham to the League Cup final. Oli, I don't know. Oli ain't done nothing since. Ten Hag, I guess we're gonna see. So maybe Man United is the problem. Maybe they're cursed as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, maybe they're cursed.
because I don't think Manchester United, if we check it, Manchester United haven't gone for coaches without pedigree since Moyes, right? So
Oh,
they
even
have gone for
Moyes.
all.
Moyes went and won a conference.
You getting my point? So Man U has always gone for coaches with the pedigree, but apart from Mourinho, because Mourinho's season was Man U's best season after
Mm,
Yeah.
after Sir Alex Ferguson. So
mm,
apart from Mourinho, I don't think they've really made much of the coaches they've gone for. You know,
Mm.
um, if you think about it, any Man U fan that keeps saying, "Oh, Arteta hasn't done this," you could also tell them that they've been going for the big coaches. Maybe that's why. So what I'm trying to say is, going for those coaches and not really making anything out of it, it really begs the question whether Manchester United is the real problem. Because anyway, we'll have this season to see how Ten Hag performs in Leverkusen and know
Mm.
whether his style didn't work in Manchester United or whether he's really a bomb like they say he is. I know. So although he did have a lot to prove when he was coming from Ajax, just like Ruben had when he was coming from Sporting. So yeah, let's see how the season unfolds.
Yeah, man. We'll see, man. So yeah, man, it's interesting to see though. Anyway, I'm definitely very intrigued to see how Ten Hag gets on next season and how Amarin gets on next season. We've seen their players leave. Sancho, he just scored in a European final. Rashford, he's had a great
He's had a
season.
great season.
Anthony, Anthony has had a great season as well. And there's one more, McTominay, Player of the Year in the Serie A. So yeah, man, clearly Man United, we know they are a problem, but yeah, man, I'm just intrigued to see if they can pull it back next season and what they do
mm.
in the transfer window. So moving on from Man United, we'll go to another club. So Tottenham, they won the Europa League. Romero is linked with a move away to Atletico Madrid. Ancelotti wants, I mean, not Ancelotti, Simeone wants him. And also, they are linked with Lee Ray Sane. Della, I'm going to come to
Yep.
you with this. Do you think that, what's his name, Sane would improve Tottenham?
A player of that quality, 100%. No, however much it hurts to say it, 100%. He improves every team in the Big Six. So I don't see it happening. If it does happen, then for me that would be top 3 transfers that I've seen them do since I started watching football.
Mm, mm, I kind of agree. I don't know what level he's at the moment, but
That's true.
the name, the
The name,
name is like they brought back Gareth Bell, the name. If they bring Sane, the name. I don't know who else. Who else would they don't really sign big names, Tottenham.
no, they
Just
don't.
players like Solanke, like a Brennan Johnson. They
Mm,
sign like players on big money. I mean, they make big money signings from like lower clubs. Your mic's muted, by the way, Nano, if you didn't know. But yeah, so okay, yeah, man. So yeah, brother. I, I think they should try to go and sign this type of player to try and take Tottenham to the next level.
Yeah, you're in the Champions
Because
League. You have to.
yeah, exactly. You've now won a trophy. You've got to try and kick on.
Yeah,
Ange
like
told us the third season is always better than the second season in all series. So
mm,
I want to
mm.
see because if you don't start well, I think they might even sack him, bro, which is
I
crazy.
think that would be a bit rich coming from them after 17 years, but
Mm,
yeah, that club's known to make bad decisions, so nothing will surprise me.
mm,
It's been bad
yeah,
decision after bad decision. That's what got them in the trophy drought, and then
mm,
they finally got a manager with a bit of balls, and he did what he did. So if they was to sack him, that would be worse than for me sacking Mourinho before the final. That's craziness. That's
mm,
craziness.
mm. Yeah, I kind of hear what you're saying, but at the same, yeah, I kind of hear it, but I don't know, man.
Do you, as an
That's
Arsenal
them.
fan, do you want him sacked from Tottenham?
No,
Okay,
no, let
okay,
him
fair
stay.
enough,
Yeah,
fair
let him
enough.
stay. Yeah, I don't like finish 17th. Yeah, he
Okay,
won the Europa League, but next season he's in the Champions League. I
yeah,
don't see him scamming the Champions League,
no, of
and
course not.
see them. I don't see them winning a League Cup or a FA Cup because Premier League teams they'll punch up Tottenham.
Of course.
Like they're just lucky they faced Man United, who are a dusty club.
Yeah,
If they didn't face dusty Man United, if it was Bilbao at Bilbao Stadium, I reckon Bilbao would have beat Tottenham.
but I would have beat them. Yeah,
Like I genuinely believe Bilbao would have beat Tottenham. So yeah, man, keep Ange, man, keep him.
key punch.
That's what I say. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So any other transfer news that anyone wants to talk about before I move on to the last kind of topic?
Um, who saw Henri's free kick yesterday, man? I was thinking, rah, we should try a thing, man. That's how desperate I'd become. I can't lie.
Nah, you're going for it, man.
Nah,
Says
man.
Henri's free kick.
I'll take
I
my
even
guy
see
back.
though.
I'll take my guy back over
Yeah,
anyone in this market, man. Trust me. That's
yeah,
what we
man.
need right now. Even a Van Persie type, but those players you don't get
Yeah,
them no more.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully we get this Gyokeres guy,
Yeah,
man.
man. Because if
If
it's
we get
woo,
nah, but if they're saying 93 million, like
it's a lot. It's a Thomas Van Martin.
we're linked with Julian Alvarez as well. I'll
Yeah,
pay
would have.
93 million for Alvarez instead
Yeah,
of
100%,
Sheshko.
100%,
Mm, yeah,
hundred
man, and he's
percent.
Instead of who?
proven
You pay 93 for who? For Alvarez
Alvarez
instead
over
of who?
Sheshko.
Let's go.
I'll do that too. I'll do that too because I really rate Julian Alvarez. I feel we should have gotten Alvarez over Jesus um, Gabriel, right? Gabriel Jesus, yeah. I think we would have gotten Alvarez because he's fitter, his he's more energetic,
Mm,
he's a good finisher. He really is a good
yeah,
finisher. Like
good
and
ball
he's
striker as well.
clinical. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
and then he fits that young narrative of Arsenal having young players play. So I think we should have gone for that, but like I guess City really needed him that time, so they let the injury-prone
mm,
player go, and Arteta fell for it. And look how we've suffered for
yeah,
that over the years.
yeah, man. Well, hopefully Berta's in. Hopefully Berta is not listening to Arteta, and he's got his own mind. He's got the power, and he wants Gyökeres. So hopefully he brings us who he wants. Because if he brings us Gyökeres, I know that the club is heading in the right direction, with or without Arteta. Because one thing with Arsenal, we always question the business. We always question the business. Are these owners serious? We question Edu bringing in Havertz, bringing in Merino, bringing in Calafiori when we didn't need it. you know what I'm trying to say? Like, really and truly, we brought in so many duds. Lokonga, Tavares. I could go up Fabio Vieira. There's so many of them that we brought in for no reason. We didn't need these type of players, but we just brought them in.
Raheem
It's like,
Sterling.
yeah, Raheem Sterling, another one. Why? Under Berta, I think we ain't gonna just be buying bums. We can't just buy these bums no more. We
Nah,
have to buy serious
nah,
players.
nah.
And I'm happy we're linked with Rodrigo, Gyokeres, Rafael Leao. Like, we're linked with serious players. Yeah, yeah, man.
I hope
I've
he
got a
doesn't.
bit
I
of
hope he
hope.
doesn't end in the links though. I hope it doesn't end in the links though, because
Mm,
over the years we've
yeah,
been
man.
linked to really good players, and
Yeah.
we really need that. That's why I really hope the sporting director does his job and lifts that burden
Mm,
out of Arteta's. Arteta should just focus on training and coaching the team and doing his
yeah.
tactics and
Yes.
whatnot, right? I think he
Mm,
should leave the sporting director to more in-depth decisions, like the players that come to the club and what they have to offer and all. Yeah, so Arteta's done enough. We should be moving
yeah.
on. I think we should be upgrading
Yeah.
now. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely, man. So the last thing that we'll touch on. Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti. He was
Wow,
asked
that
by the
was that was
Brazil.
cold. That
He
was
was asked
cold.
by the Brazil reporters, "Why didn't you call up Endrick?" And he said, "Because he doesn't play for his club." Oh my God! What do you think
Man, you're
about
his
that, Sane?
coach. I really wanted to know. I really wanted to know the reporter's reply. Like that would have been it. Like the reporter would have been lost for words. Like, oh yeah. Uh, if Hendrick is a funny signing in general for me. I feel he should still be in Brazil playing. I don't know why they interrupted that boy's career progress and growth, right? In Brazil, putting in Brazil, putting trying to make. I really don't see the hype Real Madrid bring him to Spain, bring him to the biggest stage in the world, only just to make a mess of the ball. He's never going to play for a better team now. He's never going to, it's only downward from here on. You get, and okay, now look at him not getting called up for his country. Look at him not, getting enough recognition because truly, he did not play for his team. He's not playing for his club. So no um, biases aside, even though Carlo was his coach, he's not going to call him up because he knows he didn't really put any impact. Nobody can assess his
Yeah,
strengths and weaknesses, and also, yeah. But that was
mm,
cool from Ancelotti though to say. But I get his point and I get where he's coming from
mm.
actually. So I think it was a
But
bad signing from Real Madrid. I think it was a bad signing getting Endrick in the first
yeah,
place.
man. To be fair, like, I don't really mind it, because like, we don't get a lot of personalities no more. You know, you don't really get managers that just say it how it is. And that was blunt. He don't play, so why am I calling him up? Ancelotti clearly sees Endrick week in, week out in training,
Training, yeah.
matches, and he just clearly thinks he's not good enough. And like, too many times people get picked for selection for no reason. There's no reason. You're thinking, why is he signing him? So yeah, man, I think I like to see that. I like it when Mourinho starts trolling people. Obviously, at the time, I didn't like it when he said Wenger's a specialist in failure. But when you look back at it, it's
Uh-huh.
funny. Like,
Uh-huh.
it is funny.
I think I
Like,
think I think Ateta is going to inherit. Ateta is going to inherit that title now, because it Tell me, come on,
Yes,
it's just
yes,
it's
yes.
all bats, I know, but come on.
That's
Come
too
on,
funny.
it's what makes the beautiful game interesting. The chats
Yeah.
that happen outside the pitch.
Mm,
Players go on Twitter now. Look at what Garnacho said after
yeah.
the Europa
The
League
season, yeah.
finals, and then
Mm,
Amorim has basically told him he's not part of his team, going
mm,
forward because of, something. So yeah, football has gotten more controversial, of course, and you love to see the controversy, you love to see the drama, you love to see the,
yeah.
giddy ups
Mm,
and plays. So nice one from
yeah, man.
Ancelotti, though. Nice one from you.
Yeah, man.
He really said it how
Definitely.
it is. He really said it how it is.
Don Carlo, But yeah, man. People, we're gonna leave it there, Nano. It's always a pleasure to talk football with you, my guy. People, we're out, and Nano, see you on the other side. Bless people.
Good night.